Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, or whatever time it is for everyone who is here. We have, and I don't know how to call this because I will show you what I am looking at on my end, so I can't be accused of taking sides here. Let me go ahead and just get OBS to work properly here. There we go. So, as you can see, this is the panel on YouTube. I've got two people in chat right now. I've got a Winslow, I've got a Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi, what's up? It's been a minute. And I've got Buff from coming in here saying that they are first. Unfortunately, I've got Winslow saying that he is first on my end. So, not picking sides here. This is just how it comes up on my end. So, you know, don't shoot the person looking at everything. I do appreciate that you guys are adamant about wanting to be here first. It does mean a lot. Lo-Fi. I think this is well established by this point. Me, jokes, woodshed, 12-gauge shotgun. I think this has been well established. Anyways, no, it's just, it is what it is. Anyways, I'm just letting you guys know right now. Robot Masters is open in the Discord. Remember that this is a open forum show. Anyone can jump in. Anyone can say anything. I don't care. This is just a BS talk stream to unwind and get things off your chest from the busy week. I do have a special announcement though. I have been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. If you've not noticed on my channel, I have got 4 episodes out with very long streaming times on it. So I'm started getting to the long ass streaming again. Regardless or not, if people like the long streams, I'm having fun playing the game. I have not picked up a Pokemon game since Generation 5. So it's been one of those coming back into it. It's like, wow, a lot of things have changed. And I'm generally having fun with it. It's the first game I've ever played on the Switch. I've owned the Switch for 2 years. I've not played anything in it. Is anyone joining me? Depending on if they want to come in or not. Usually Rogue comes in. Sometimes Jim Max comes in. Sometimes Pin does. Vlad. Several people come in. It's not scheduled. So it's if they want to or not. As of right now, it's just me talking. So that's how it usually goes sometimes. I like to have it open forum because so that's why it's called Re-Caffeinated, Sparky, and Friends. Because if no one's able to show up, well, I don't have to cancel the show. And we got some. Oh, hey, what's up?
It's me, Lo.
Lo, it's been a minute since we've talked.
It has.
How you been doing, darling?
I'm actually doing really good because I got a job and I'm moving to another country.
Yay!
By the
That's
end of
always
the month,
fun.
Yes. I'm not stressed at all by the idea of having to move everything to another country.
No. Oh, Lo. I hope everything goes well for you.
I'm sure it will. The new job I got is like insanely supportive. Hey, Gil.
Yeah,
Thanks, Windslayer.
Yeah, usually we have people in the chat. It's very, very welcoming here. Sometimes, unless you're Pin, and it's always hashtag blame Pin Pin. That's the cardinal rule around here. But I wanted to make an announcement real quick. Like I said, I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. I've been having fun. I've been slow grinding the game. And last night I was playing, and usually either Tyro or Jim Max or Rogue or Atheist jumps on with me to play either alongside with me or just to jump in to kind of commentate or go, oh, does this, oh, does that. Which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's cool. But last night something happened, and we ended up getting what was called a frog raid last night. And I don't stream on Twitch, I stream on YouTube. So I'm saying going, it's like, all of a sudden the view number went up, and a bunch of people just started getting in the chat. And it's like, you know, hashtag frog raid, hashtag frog raid. It's like, what the fuck's going on here? And I got to look around and ask some of the people in the chat, and lo and behold, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and share something in the Discord with you, Lo-Fi, if you want to jump in, or you can just watch on. Or you can just watch on the YouTube stream. It doesn't matter.
I think my cat just farted.
Oh God! Alright. So there's a guy. He has about 5,000 some subs, and the channel's called Frog Enough. And he's been going for, I guess he's been playing this game like hardcore, 8-hour streams for like the last two months.
Yeah?
Yeah. Anyways, he was streaming the same time I was last night. And I want to showcase this portion of the stream because I'm very generous and grateful, and this is just me wanting to show my appreciation to him and thanks. So, alright, here we go.
It was really, really good, so we can't even complain. Can't even complain. Yeah, it's been 8 hours. That's it. I don't want to go for 9 or 10. I feel exhausted. Okay. It's 3:43 a.m. where I live, right? Let's find a target. Let's find a target to raid, guys. We're all gonna switch or move to a different channel, playing maybe the exact same game, maybe not, we'll see. Let me find a target for you guys. Let's all go say hi to someone else. Congrats on 5K. Thank you, I appreciate that. For me, it's 12:45. Okay, so you're a few hours in the past, maybe. Assuming that's AM, right? Let's see here. Who's currently playing this? Someone is playing this game like a playthrough. Let's see. Playthrough, maybe? Are they sub only? They're not. Ooh, they have 4 people watching. Hopefully we can make them a bit happy. Why not? Not sub only. I'm assuming they speak English. Yes. Cool. Great stream as always. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Have a very, very good night. You sleep well. Here, let me give you... Okay, it's gonna be a hashtag frog raid. For those who are new, we type this, exactly this, in someone else's chat. Frog raid like this. Their name is... Let's see here. Sparky's Tech Corner. There you go, just like that.
Ah, you got rated by. That's really nice.
Here's the link. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, I did.
It. There you go.
Yeah, I was not expecting
Please click on this link.
No,
go
it's
to his
nice
stream,
when one get rated, and it's
type
so
frog
fucking
raid,
rare.
like the stream, and hopefully they accept the raid and they don't think we're just, you know, trolling them. We'll see. So, have a good night. I should be back tomorrow night, maybe.
Unfortunately, like for the first 5 minutes, we didn't know what was going on. And we seen hashtag frog raid, and I didn't know. I know Pin was streaming, and I thought it was something with GNF she was doing on her side. So I didn't know what was going on, and they were kind enough to tell me in the chat. I went exploring afterwards, and yeah, I found this, and it's like I'm gonna give him out shout out on my end. So I know I'm not that big. I'm only like 5. I got bump and subs in it too. So it's
Right.
Frog Enough is the channel, and I'm going to share it. Now let me go ahead and stop sharing, just so I don't accidentally share something on my end. But right here is that stream, and if you guys want to go over sub to him, you can. I already talked to him a little bit. I'm going to allow him to put some stuff on my channel. I'm gonna do the whole Sparky network thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and promote him in my Discord. He did not have to do that last night. He's 5K subs. A lot of times when you get a lot of sub following, it sometimes goes to your head. It's nice to see some people that doesn't happen to.
Oh, do you want to hear a nightmare story about someone I used to stream with, a VTuber who got to 2,500 followers on Twitch, and it went to her head to such a degree that she changed completely for 2,500?
Go ahead. Yeah, this Lo, this is a open forum. We can talk about anything.
So I've been on a bit of hiatus because the VTubing community is shit. Let's say it like that. It's like one of the fakest communities I've ever been, even in the close border to. It's ridiculous. It's so gross that if you don't go with the slightly pervy or the cutesy wootsy or the slightly dense personality-less type of VTuber, or of course you're a Hololive or one of the other big brands, VShojo, you don't get anywhere. That means the chances of you getting anywhere is basically nothing. So what happened was I was trying to just, first of all, I was trying to be something I'm not, which is more polite and all sorts of things. And I started reaching out, and I started doing what other VTubers do. I started reaching out to a bunch of them. I started chatting, being nice, and we would stream together, and we would the idea was we would raid each other. Of course, that was always one-sided, so I raid them, never raid back. Well, fine, whatever. I stream at unorthodox times because a lot of them are American, so it's fine. I understand that that I stream when they are fucking at work, so it's fine. So I got some two nice people, I thought, as well, and we had a great stream, and it was really fun, and we had a lot, and she started getting bigger on TikTok, getting a lot of views, getting tens thousand plus followers, all that, and she just exploded in ego from 0 to 100. To where you couldn't talk with her. She didn't want to talk. She did all the fake stuff of, if you follow me, I'll follow you. I want to follow small VTubers and shit like that. And it's just the fake nonsense and complete personality less. And it went from her being fine to me making one joke and her trying to cancel me on Twitter.
What?
Yes, she tried.
Wow. Okay. That's so total bullshit.
Oh yeah, I made a joke in my Discord.
All right, time out. Lo-Fi, what was the joke? I got to know what this joke is because I'll show something what happened at work. When you get done.
Fuck! I have to go and find it. It was.
All right. Well, while you go find that, I'll go tell my side of it real quick.
Yes.
So I'm a person that doesn't really joke around, but I do sometimes joke, and I'll get to the point of if I think that you're doing something bullshit, I will go at you 100%. We have a new guy in our body shop, and he's been there for a time. Well, unfortunately, this guy, he is... How can I say this? He is 5'0". He has red hair. And he's pale bright as can be. So, you can guess what kind of a joke was made.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess he was on the computer one day. He was trying to clock in to work on a job, and one of the other guys in the body shops, ooh, we little leprechaun, where's your blood pot of gold at? And I shit you not. This guy, and let me put this in context with you. I live in the Midwest. Okay? I live in the flyover states. I live in rural America. So there is no rote BS that goes around here at all. It's full 100% country American. It is what it is. We don't do a bullshit here. Anyways, this guy goes, I'm offended, you offended me, and he goes on and on and on and on. Even after the guy apologized, he continues to go on and on and on. And I hear about this. And I it's like, okay, if you want to be upset at a joke, fine. I'm fine with it. You can be upset at a joke. And if you want an apology for a joke because you didn't like it, fine. I can understand that as well. But if you go on and drone on about it, even after the person apologizes, and you continue to beat that fucking horse to the ground, you're gonna get me coming at you, and it's not gonna be funny. And this is a story on how this guy wound up getting a free box of Lucky Charms for a month on his store box.
Oh.
You're welcome. I don't deal with shit like that. It's fine to joke around. And if you take a joke too far and somebody apologizes, okay, fine, let it be. It is what it is. You know, don't do it again, whatever. But to then turn around and like go at someone, or to continue to go, I'm offended, and just keep bitching about it, or like in your case, someone tries to counsel you for some stupid reason. I don't take too kindly to bullshit like that. That's not something I do. So I'm sorry that happened to you, Lo.
No, it's fun because I had 171 followers on Twitch and they tried to cancel me, right? Excuse me. And it was very clear because at that point I think she has 3,500. I don't know. It's been a while since I checked because who gives a shit? But I don't remember the exact joke how it went. But someone said something, and my response was "Did you steal that?" And I think my response was something like to the "I'm not black," just with a different word than black. I used it's my Discord, it's my friends, and I said the N-word. Right? That was the thing. I said the N-word in a joke
Nigeria?
context. What? Yeah,
Nigeria?
I said Nigeria spelled wrong. In a joke, it was a context of a joke as well. And so the first thing she does is she unfollows me everywhere, and then she does the super duper ultra passive aggressive tweeting where it's very very clear who it's about. Right, like it's obvious who it's about how they're the worst people and how they ruined the day and they needed to take a shower and it was just awful and they couldn't even stream for multiple days and me and a friend, we just retweeted her and made fun of it until she just screenshots my server and goes and tags all her fucking followers everywhere to people like me is the problem. It's fucking funny. Fucking asinine. Asinine.
She's got 3,000 plus followers, 2,000 plus followers, however many fucking followers online. And she doesn't understand this fact. Is she retarded?
No, she's what I would call run of the mill the people unproblematic boring streamer, the ones who has where there's 700,000 of them because it's the safest way to stream. They use the same jokes
One of us.
They can't
One
say
of
more,
us.
like, they can't say worse thing than, like, fuck, and they could be slightly lewd. You know the exact thing, right? Like, the run-of-the-mill girl streamer or the run-of-the-mill VTube streamer in this regard. But yeah, they tried to, it was fucking hilarious, because it's, like, tried to cancel me. And
Wow.
and then a week later, what the fuck? I was being called, the face of racism at one point? Yeah, the problem is then I was called that was by a joke by a friend. Her fucking followers took that as someone else trying to cancel me and ran with that as well. And other VTubers that used to, like, I was promoting with and talking with, they used that as well as evidence that I was awful. Because one of my friends called me, "Oh my god, you're the face of racism." That
sounds like me and popcorn and hatredism from back like 3. That sounds like almost the same thing. It sounds like you got a little bit more extreme than what I did. That's bullshit.
We had a fucking a hoot and a holler in my server about it though. The ones who didn't leave, aka the people that understands what a joke is, and the people that understood that the other person that called me the face of racism. Lo-fi made me racist. Yes, I did. I'm glad I could help with Slayer. No, and after that, like, I haven't streamed since I think the 19th of January. I'm just done with that community. I have a extremely well-made 3D model that can move with accurate lip syncing and everything. And I just cannot get myself to stream because I don't want to be associated with the VTuber community when they are that fake.
Well, hang on. And look, I may not be able to understand the VTuber. I've dealt with some people in the VTuber community, and I've seen some controversies over there. Grant being, it can be a little bit, what can you say, controversial sometimes. However, it's like I wouldn't really associate just having a 3D avatar that's, I mean, Lo-Fi, I've seen some of your avatars. You paid some money for them.
Mm-hmm.
Use them regardless. I mean, fuck. Rogue here's got a couple 3D models that he's used on Twitch. I mean, I'm not gonna, say that they look good or anything like that. I mean, frankly, I think he needs to shave a little, like all over the place. But it's like, just, don't say you associate with the VTuber community, but continue using avatars. Like, who fucking cares?
No, I plan on. I'm just taking a break right now because since I'm moving on the 24th of April. I'm not gonna start streaming again until I got my apartment in Finland.
Okay.
Also, right now, a lot of my streaming is like, one of the reasons I'm not streaming is because either I can talk with my girlfriend on voice chat, or I can stream, and she is winning in that regard. I would rather talk to her and play Elden Ring's co-op than I want to stream right now. But when I have an apartment with her, then I can still talk with her while I stream. So that's fine. That's good. And then I can use my avatars again, and I can spit on the VTuber community and say I want more trans invisibility day.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And next time, Rogue, if you want to make a joke like that, just say, "Well, you're not Indian." I won't get offended at you.
Well, you aren't. I mean, seriously. God damn it! Get your headdress, tighten on there a bit better. I mean, fuck me, dude. Seriously. Anywho, but no, fuck the.
I'm offended.
No, fuck the VTubers. Let the VTubers do whatever they want to do. Just be you and enjoy.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I don't want to. I tried being a fake VTuber for like 4 months, and I just got depressed and was just like, what's the fucking point?
Well, I mean, the point is, it's up to you what gimmick you're going to be presenting to people. But that's basically it. If you're going to be a personality, this is what social media is for the most part. Personalities being either themselves dialed up to 11 or a gimmick.
Yes. And the gimmick, yeah, and it's
Or you just be like me. You don't care.
Well, he's
But you're being
himself,
yourself.
but he's still kind of dialed up to what could be considered 11 if you wanted to be.
You don't know me outside of here. You can ask Starwind, you can ask Captain Hook. I don't bring anything extra to the table. I am who I am.
I don't think you, maybe not personality-wise, probably a little bit more energetic. I think everyone does, even when they are that. Like, I prefer streamers.
I
that are
can
more
agree with that one.
themselves,
I can agree with that
obviously.
one.
Yeah, and that's like my favorite streamer is Vinny from Vinesauce, the creator of Vinesauce, and he's just himself, but he has slightly more energy on stream than he has normal, but it's not over the top. It's not that fake extra bucket of energy or the fake extra personality screaming Jacksepticeye piece of shit.
Or Marky Moo doing what he does extra. But no, realistically. But a lot of personalities always dial themselves up to 11. This is an old gimmick coming back from the good old days from Russell back in the time. You just dial yourself up.
All right, so I that's Winslayer. Given the context of who's in the Discord right now and what we're talking about, that's a pretty clever hashtag, Winslayer.
Well, he is a clever black man.
Can we hashtag lo-fi made me racist? Can we make that a thing?
Hey, we made hashtag blame Pinpain thing. Anything's possible here.
You're never too small to meme.
I'm gonna hashtag lo-fi made me racist, but because I switched my Twitter name, so they won't know who it is. It's great.
It's all good. it's all good here. No,
I'm also gonna go away from the low name completely as time goes.
Well, you will still always be lo-fi to me.
That's fine. It's one of the things I say to my friends. Like, you called me low for so long, just keep calling me low. That's fine. But
no, I mean we have Dean Esme within our group. He had a huge contingent of trying to become something completely different. But he's always Dean Esme to me, the nutcase that he is every now and then. But he can go whatever name that he wants to. But yeah, it is your choice and what you want to describe yourself for the most part, and is up to the individuals to either A, go with that description or come up with something better.
I'm using my real name now on Twitter.
Oh.
Ah. So if anyone wants to know what my first name is,
you decided to become a person. I see.
Well,
I've become a meme because my first name is Mai, and so I'm calling myself myself. There we go.
Well, there you go.
you turned yourself into a meme.
Yes.
But
I made myself racist.
Yeah, always been. Oh God, I with that kind of name, I could probably come up with some clever Yu-Gi-Oh jokes.
You're coming up with clever Yu-Gi-Oh jokes. I mean, I don't know if that's
okay. I'm giving myself too much credit there. God, Rogue.
Yes. I mean, next you'll be saying that you're just as good or better than Pan.
You see, this is the reason why I can't be anything but myself when I go to stream, because I've got people like Rogue shoot me down all the time.
Well, I mean, I will prop you up just long enough to take out that pedestal from underneath your feet, just for the giggles.
No. You're more like oh fuck, I can't remember her name now. From Charlie Brown. You're the one that holds the football up and then takes it away. Lucy. Yes. You're Lucy. I'm Charlie.
Yeah. We just have to find a very cool, Scooby Doo. That's
Snoopy. Well, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Is it safe to say that Tyro is not a fan of you?
I could say yes and no. Then again, it could be all gimmicks. We don't know. We'll have to wait. You'll have to.
All right.
Because I've sat in and listened while there's been some streams just silently in the background because I'm doing other things. And I really just I want him to join so I can sit and laugh.
Oh, that's great because that'd be For me and Tyro, it seems like an ongoing banter when it comes down to his autism.
Let me explain this because I've talked to both Eric and I've talked to Tyro about this because it's one of those it's one of those dialed up to 11 things like what you were talking about, Lo-Fi. It is what it is. So Tyro wants to use this for SCC Watch Club, and I told him fine, he can use it for that. I don't care. Just don't go over a line. That's all I told him. And I told him if he goes over that line, I will thump him on the nose. I'll flick him on the antenna and tell him stop, bad Tyro. But
touching his penis. Okay, I see.
No.
Not that
his
antenna. Okay.
His little grasshopper antenna. He will.
That still doesn't help you there, sir.
That didn't make it better.
Does not help you on that description.
Oh God.
It's
hashtag Sparky grabs Tyro's antenna.
Yeah.
Name it.
Apparently, Sparky really likes that antenna.
But no, what it is he has his opinions on anime and what he likes. Rogue has his opinions on anime and what he likes.
Tyro has opinions? I thought he was unopinionated.
His opinions.
I only wish he was. It'd be awesome. But anywho.
Sometimes it can go a little overboard, and that's something. Sometimes he can. So whenever he's in with me, we're doing because me and Tyro's done like 15 animes right now. That's not. And it's like there's only 2 of them that's out. Oh no, yeah, 2 of them that's out right now. We've done. I think SDC Watch Club as it sits right now. We have 20 shows in the backlog, and half of them is with me and him. And whenever it's me and him doing a show, it's just fine, and it's all good. And for the most part, I'll let him say what he wants to say and do what he wants to do. And he brings really good points and attributes and points of views to what we're doing. Usually, sometimes whenever it gets like when it's me, him, and 1 or 2 other people, sometimes it can go over that line, but it comes right back. But the same thing can be said for me. Sometimes I could take you over that line and bring it right back. Like, Atheist is a new person that's joined us. And sometimes, like, for instance, me, her, Tyro, and KG are doing record Lodos Wars right now. We're almost done with it. And I've dropped my opinions up about D&D in that show. Well, they kind of counteract with Atheists' opinions about D&D. And we had kind of full-on back and forth. I wouldn't call it an argument, but a very vapid disagreement on like the alignment system.
But here's the thing with Tyro. Sometimes don't you just feel like going like this?
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yes.
I've done that a couple times.
I see. I shouldn't get involved too much because it's my ex-boyfriend. But yes, let's not. Hi, Jam Max. By the way, it's been a while.
It's been a while. How you been doing?
Yeah. Lo, I'll put you like this. Tyro knows that you're in the Discord. Tyro also knows that, yeah, you and him are separated, and is what it is. As long as you guys don't cross a line of like attacking each other personally, I don't care what you say. That's just for you. That goes. I will roll you back if you go over that line.
Thank you, Rogue. You are my white knight now. Please.
I would. I just beat him in the head as often as I can. I with any materials I can pretty much.
I actually have Gil in chat said I thought everyone was friends, and I will have you know, sir, that's not how the internet works.
No, it doesn't.
No, there's being able to tolerate someone and then being friends. I consider Sparky a friend. He's a nice guy.
No.
Yeah, and Gem Max is a friend. And Rogue, I know. That's how far I haven't spoken with Rogue enough. And I'm a friend with Tyro.
Look, I tolerate Tyro. That's good.
Yes, that's the perfect way of saying it. So that's like you could be on. It actually makes them more interesting. A lot of the streams when you just tolerate the other person, because then you're gonna have
Yes.
some really fucking fun.
Oh
chats.
no, that
And
is
it's
a beautiful thing.
yeah, and I can say I tolerate some people too. Like for instance, Lo, me and Antoine. That's a good one right there. Me and him, we consider ourselves friends. I know him. I know his name. I have his phone number. He has my address. I have his address and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm still got bash on him for times, especially when he wants to let his ego get the better of him. I point that out.
Yeah, that's good. You're always been good at that, Sparky, of bashing egos. So which
Yeah.
is good.
So it's like I might sit back, I might sit watch something like with him and Vlad. I might sit back and watch him and Vlad go at it. And one thing I'll point out with that whole deal too, the whole entire time that him and Vlad have been going at each other's throat, sitting back and watching it, Vlad has not once said anything to me about the whole deal. Yeah, I've told him like, leave me out of it. Don't care. Don't like him. Fine, go for it. Antoine and every now and then I'll get a message saying, Vlad's still coming at me. He's so, get his nose out of my business. It's like, I don't care. What do you want me to do? It's not like I'm his fucking owner.
But
You're not?
Sparky, you should be his owner. You have him on a leash every now and then. You're supposed to
He's
tug
a
on him.
golden piece of shit. You really think I want to own that shit?
Yes, you need to tuck the gilded pool.
You just
yes.
put
Also, Gil, you don't have to apologize. That's fine. Don't apologize. Nothing to apologize for.
Yeah.
I
it's-
live with the practice. If you have something, if it's controllable by you and you realize that you made a complete mistake, by all means apologize. But if it's something that's out of your control, then fuck it.
Yeah.
Let it happen. And I've done that at times. And there's been times I have removed him from the VC and placed him in another VC and then bring him back multiple times.
Yeah.
I pulled a low on him.
Yeah.
Because I remember you doing that to me at times. Oh, he's still talking. Pull him back in the other VC. Oh, he's still talking. Mute him.
He's still snoring.
Oh God! Well, you kind of asked for that by going.
Oh,
I mentioned the fact
what's your
that
excuse when you did it?
I was drunk.
I told you that he was old and probably had no sleep. I mean, seriously.
I was drunk. I had a valid reason. Unless I drink too much and I somehow find myself on Doc Stream, which I still don't know how in the fuck I ended up doing that, but I did.
No idea how you end up with
Sparky
Knox
gets into really unique adventures.
Yeah.
I'm expecting you to be.
I'm still trying to figure out things from that time too.
Well, again, I'm expecting him to be transported into another world where he's controlled by a god to chase down and categorize Pokemon characters.
Oh, yeah. Well, that already happened.
And I really heavily criticized that game too when it first started because I first started the game I was like, oh, this is a Pokemon Isekai, okay. And then Professor Leventon come out here and he's literally explaining like Pokeballs and shit like that. And I just turn around because I've got the green screen up and the way it looks is like I'm like looking at him. I was like, sir, you are a fucking idiot. Literally, it's like. I can't with that game sometimes. It's a fun game, but sometimes I understand. It's like, okay, it's old days. Yeah, it's they're trying to explain some of the stuff in its old days. Scientists. So it's fine, but I'm sitting there going, it's like you are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Okay, Sparky, I gotta go.
Okay,
you go.
It was fun chatting again for a little bit, but I want to go talk with my girlfriend now, and she's more important than everyone else. Fuck you guys. Love you.
Well, that's completely fine. You can just remember, Lo-Fi, the door's always open. You can always jump in, and you can always hang out.
I plan to when I catch it now, because this is fun. It's nice.
Yeah, and just remember. Hashtag.
Just remember, every time Sparky opens up that door, I'm going to slam it into your face.
Oh, God. And just remember.
That's how I like it, rough.
Yeah. Hashtag Lo-Fi made me racist. Just remember that, everyone.
Hashtag abuse makes me hard. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun and exciting.
It was. I miss lo-fi. I miss talking to lo-fi at times, and it's like she's all right. So whenever somebody says, what do you think of the trans community?
What am I supposed to think about it?
I think of lo-fi, and it's like I want more of them. But then again, it's like whenever I see other trans people out there online, it's like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with you guys. But
Yeah,
I associate myself. I associate myself. Yeah, I associate myself whenever I hear it's like, what do you think of trans people? I think of lo-fi. It's like, I like them. I want more of them. And then I get to remember, and it's like, there's other trans people that are not like lo-fi. It's like, yeah, that's why I say like lo-fi.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. True.
So yeah, I that's bullshit that happened to her. I knew that the VTuber community's hot garbage, but it's like to
every
have
community has a degree of hot garbage. I mean, come on.
Well,
I knew she stopped streaming, but I didn't know what the reason was. I had theories of what it was. I wasn't gonna go there with it. I didn't even think about that.
Sure.
That's bullshit.
No, but that's the problem with any form of community that's been taken over. It eventually will have a degree of toxicity, and it comes back down to you, the individual, on what you're going to make that community in the future. Like for example, we have the furry community. We do have a furball that does exist within our group. That was one member.
Dragonap is the only one I would tolerate.
True. And he's got a different mindset. Now, he has seen the divide between the people that are considered normal and the ones that are highly toxic. And the highly toxic ones, though they're a vocal minority, they have pretty much occupied the space for the normals, or what would be considered, the average individual that you can actually tolerate and kind of go, okay, I can deal with this person. Same thing with Twitter, Tumblr, everything else. There is always going to be that divide within the community. Hell, even the trolling community has their own toxic individuals that exist.
oh yeah.
So you just have to work around it. Just ignore them, continue what you're doing, and make that space your own. Create a different community, and know where that toxicity is starting to fester, and cut it out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
plan.
yeah. Yeah, it's just. Yeah.
It is
Love it when a plan
unfortunate,
comes together.
Yes, it is unfortunate, but it has to be done.
Look at Disney. Disney's right now getting ready to remove a huge amount of cancer or burn, one of the two. Or it's going to be.
It's starting though. It's lovely.
It is not
built from Florida.
Yeah, and it passed, and they're all kind of like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I again, this is something I told you a while back. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I was waiting for. This moment here.
Disney. Well, here apparently they've had a secret stock shareholders meeting.
Yes.
Emergency shareholders meeting due to the fiasco that is going on. Right now, apparently the governor's in talks with Bob, and Bob's in talks with the governor, and it's looking not so good for Disney right now, no matter what they do.
No, yeah. It is going to be fascinating. This is going to be a big thing for the shareholders, because it is the shareholders that direct and steer where Disney's going to go next. Unfortunately, because of Iger, was pretty much overlooked the shareholders and bought everything, regardless of what the shareholders thought. Yeah, they made a bit of money, but not by much, because hey, all that money that they earned years ago, that's been flushed down the toilet because of the entire acquisition list that they ended up with.
Yeah.
So they got rid of Bob Iger, and they replaced him with Bob Chapek, the money man, the number cruncher, The person who made the mega bucks back when Parks and Rides division was kicking it and making a huge profit.
Well, but well, everybody's saying, "Oh, there's no reason for them to remove the special status from Disney, and all these other parks are getting to keep it." I said, "Yes, because they kind of followed the guidelines of one of the stipulations for that is you don't get political."
Mhm.
I mean, you as an individual could have your own opinions, but when the company becomes a political machine, it was kind of a it was a kind of a no-brainer that you lose that special status.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, you have to remove it from the other parks." No, we don't. We can give it to whoever the fuck we want.
Pretty much.
And
The other parks aren't political.
No, they're not. SeaWorld, well, I mean, SeaWorld is to a point, but it's not like something like. I mean, all parks are political, but not to the point where Disney's been like, we know what is best for everybody. Whereas the other one's like, save the whales. Or something like that. Not like, oh, this person's racist and all that shit.
Yeah.
I was waiting for when Puerto Ricans became racist, though. So
They've always been racist. It's just a matter of redoing that entire banter.
Or Cubans, excuse me. He's a Cuban. He's a Cuban descendant. So yes.
Yeah, well, most Hispanics in general are pretty racist. Look at Pan.
I know, but she's Jewish too, so.
Yeah, and even those are kind of questionable depending on how tradition they are. So how orthodox they may be, because there are some that are just don't want to be with anybody else besides other Jews. So.
Well, that's people all over. They'd like to be with people like them.
True.
Almost like it's genetic.
I know. Bred into everybody. In group, out group. Jesus, bloody Christ.
Inbred into everybody at this point.
I see that there's a pen all the way out there in the chat world, but not over here where the real people are.
She's with her other friends. We're not important enough for her.
Oh well, of course. I mean, we're not playing Final Fantasy 14 or part of her harem in some way.
Yes, that is true.
So,
but
if we were part of her harem, then she'd be actually doing something. The other thing I've noticed is that since she's supposed to be doing her Final Fantasy 14 thing, I don't see her streaming. Interesting.
Yeah.
No one is stopping you from not playing Final Fantasy 14. No one is stopping you from streaming. Yeah, you don't do that.
No one's stopping you from jumping on.
No one's also stopping you from completing a fucking, I don't know, web page.
Here we go.
Want me to stream? I'll stream. But you won't watch. Because you don't tell us when you stream, Ben. You really don't. You'll be like, I'm gonna do something, and that's about all we get. It's like, okay, when, where, how, why? We will literally turn on our monitors and have it up in the background.
Hey, Rogue, can you give me a permanent Discord link for GNF? I don't have the ability to do that.
Yeah, no, give me a moment. Give me a moment. I will.
If I do, I don't know how, and I'm being stupid about it.
I do have different quarters anyway, so give me a second.
Because I'm sitting here in the middle. I'm sitting here in the middle trying to fix fucking Nightbot because he's pissing me off.
Yeah, I just put it into your.
You can just do what I do and don't use it. Nightbot's a bitch.
I just put it in your conversation for your YouTube thingy. I will now give you a direct message. There we go.
Now, will this rain last forever?
It's forever.
Forever link. You gotta love it.
Until we blow it up. Or until somebody else decides to blow it up. Yeah. One of the two. It lasts forever or until somebody blows it up. So, And it won't be the first time. I mean, technically, we've destroyed many different Discords.
Have you heard about the new copyright group going around, copywriting everything?
Oh, God.
I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, apparently, I have a feeling these people are doing the same shit that they were doing against Sparky, whoever they are. So
okay.
I wonder if they're the same group and they changed their.
I elaborate.
It is possible. But
What?
again,
Elaborate.
more information, please.
They're claiming copyright content on anime, on other YouTubers, and everybody thinks it's other YouTubers doing it, but I actually think it is another company, basically same thing as Cosmos doing. You know how you get some shekels for a little bit. Now you don't even get that anymore. They just take it down or whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems to be they're pulling the same. They're just messing with the algorithm essentially and fucking with everything.
What else is new?
What?
So what else is new? It just all it does is create chaos.
Oh yeah, and basically the whole YouTube thing is fucking up right now. Honestly, the copyright system for YouTube has always been messed up. It shouldn't be YouTube getting involved. It should be. It should. Here's the thing. What was it? The rules that were set by the government. Hey, you're not responsible for this. The people are, and let them sort it out. And that's how it should have stayed. That's how it should have been.
Again, I blame Susan. Blame Susan.
I mean, anything. If the copyright system, if something is copyrighted and played on somebody else's stream, what they should do is stop giving the money, put it in a separate account to what that money would be, or a default account, and then when it's resolved between the two, or not resolved, the money goes to the person it belongs to.
Correct.
But instead, they do all these arbitrary rules where it's just a broken piece of shit. So, hey, Ben.
Hey, what's up, man?
I would say the ceiling, but since you're probably outside in a truck, I'm going to say the roof of your cab.
Actually, I've been home since last Monday.
Oh, then the ceiling, definitely.
Yeah, I just got
corner there because I can see the cobweb still, kicking around.
Yeah, I've been playing a couple of raids of Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've been having some fun.
How's that ruble?
Pretty good.
Was that you trying to play Raw Vespian?
No. That is the
Tetris.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
No one can mistake a stolen game from Russia.
Correct.
Damn Russians.
One of the most popular games that was created by the government, or with the help of the government itself, and then taken over because it owned
By the Japanese, I think. Or the Americans. Was it Americans or Japanese?
It's Japanese. So basically, when it was brought over to the Nintendo, the creators of the game believed that they had total control over it. But they came to the realization that technically, because they were using government equipment and money, it belonged to the Russians. But there were certain things that they could do a workaround on. That was given to the Japanese. Henceforth, Nintendo owns it, but the Russians kind of made it.
So basically, Ronald Reagan stole a game from Klishchov, if that's his name, and gave it to the Japanese.
A roundabout way, you can say that, yes.
Yes.
Alright. I think I got Nightbot walking, but there's one link that's not, and that is the website.
It's fine because the website still needs to be completed because a certain person wants to redecorate it. Again, we're waiting on whether she's going to do that or not.
She's as bad as fucking Yahoo.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear. No, leave it. It works.
Yeah.
So
it's not broken. Why?
So yes, Ben.
I saw you got hacked by the Canadian government.
Not really hacked by the Canadian government. I wish it was.
I told you this.
That would be awesome.
I told you this. He
That would
clicked the
be
link.
that would be a story in
Yeah,
itself, right
Yeah,
there.
Yes.
he clicked the link. He got a keylogger, and some punks wanted to try pull one over on him, and they got owned.
Yeah, pretty much. They didn't realize that there was a lot of different contingency plans that would destroy them. The only thing I wasn't forward thinking on was the factor that they had a keylogger in the background that would give them access to a secondary account. And I'm like, oh, okay, bad me. Because when I woke up to Sparky's little rant on YouTube saying that I might be hacked again, I'm like going, how the fuck did I get hacked again? I looked into it and went, oh yeah, they have a keylogger for this. Okay, no problem. Wipe that computer clean, refresh it with everything that I have for that computer ready to go. I have I have several different computers. Two of them that run at all different times. One's for major streams in editings for the most part, so we call that a media-based computer. The other one does the minor streams in gaming, and that can be wiped out and brought back to life, and wiped out and brought back to life. So there is that. I try to keep my worlds as separate as possible. Most people don't do that. They try to do everything on one computer only, which is a bad idea.
Yep.
As well as I have multiple different accounts. I know, shocker. Most people have just one or two. I come from the old school. We have many. So, and I try not to give out any identities for any of the ones that I have. But
Rogue is sitting here doing Harry Potter on us and making Horcruxes out of fucking computers.
yeah. It's just one of those things. I learned from old school ideas. Now everybody's on social media and they give out all of their information freely, and they wonder why they get all these different advertisements towards them or what have you. Cancel culture is able to spot them down because hey, they've already doxed themselves to everybody by putting themselves up there, taking a multitude of different pictures and other things like that, and they get all freaky when somebody gets involved with their personal life. Well, don't put it out there. No one will ever know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I played the stupid because I was actually more or less curious. So I'm like, okay, let's see what these people want.
Was it from? Were they from Germany?
No, no, it's kind of questionable on whereabouts their location is because utilizing a couple of back programs that even Google has, when somebody tries to hack in or use your information in a different location of the world that's not associated with the GPS in that area, Google shuts down everything until you say that, yeah, you logged in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So that's a few things I kind of like with these, operations. They want to make sure that everything is secured. So, apparently, now, according to Google, that these people were from where Turkey, two different areas. I can't prove it because again, they could have been using a VPN.
Yep.
So there's that, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I do know that they were using Brave. So there's that. So I'm like, okay, so I know they're using a Brave operation system. So yeah, Brave browser. At the end of the day, they were trying to pose as game devs, wanting to get a beta tester. I'm like, okay, that's different. That's different. You beta test, and then you hit a link. You're supposed to download said game and test it out. I mean, we all have beta tested a game now, every now and then.
Yeah.
God,
So-
don't ever alpha test the game. It's not worth it.
Oh,
So
no,
frustrating.
never worth it.
It's
Well,
never worth it.
The thing is, Escape from Tarkov's in beta still.
Yes. Yes. So
I-
I mean, from
Yeah,
that,
I alpha tested. What was that game? EA did.
there's a lot of
Failed
games
miserably. Oh, it just failed fucking miserably. It was called Anthem.
Anthem, yes.
Anthem was a shit show.
Anthem itself was a massive problem. From I want to say the get go. Once the company And again, it comes back to the main producer, the main director that wanted a particular game in mind, and the writers and creators had a different game in mind. They're trying to get the two to bridge that gap of communication was almost impossible. And so when they left, I mean, the original creator, the guy that did the writing and all that, or helped with the writing and that, once he left, they've been kind of hunting around trying to figure out exactly what the game was for the most part, what it was supposed to be. Even the writers that were trying to write the story had to do multiple different stories for 7 different games.
Well, didn't they find out what the game was actually supposed to be at E3?
Yes. Actually, no, they found out what the game was supposed to be after doing the video presentation, which was not real. Wasn't a real actual gameplay. For the director who said, yeah, that's the game I want. And everybody around them was like going, okay, that's a completely different game than what we were creating. How do we make this game?
I thought it was from the cinematic trailers how they found out.
Yeah, that is exactly what it was.
Okay.
The cinematic trailers, you're correct. And it was presented in E3, but before it was presented in E3, yes, because fuck you, Rogue. Well, thank you, Pen, for finally fucking streaming. Congratulations.
Okay, Penn streaming?
Yeah, she's apparently streaming on Twitch TV on her main channel, Panina Chan.
Okay. All right. I will get there, and we can watch it while we stream ourselves.
That's basically what I'm doing. My other computer is watching it while we're doing this here. Thank you, Pen, for doing something. Congratulations. There you go. You get that.
Yay! She did it. Okay, so I have. Is it on Twitch?
Yes.
Okay, Twitch. I was thinking.
Yeah, she's on Twitch. It popped up that she was streaming. She was online, and 2 that she's streaming. I'm like, oh my god. Anywho, getting away from it. But yeah, so yeah, the even the story writers, like I said before, they weren't even too sure until after they saw the cinematic trailer, kind of going, how do we write for that game?
Yeah.
So you have your game devs kind of going, how we make that game possible. You have your writers asking, how do we get that how are we going to do a story for that? And then, you play testers and that will be around kind of going, when are we going to be able to play that game?
Yeah.
The game that you were playing kind of broke because, again, no one knew what the fuck the game was, as well as they had to use an archaic system that was not compatible for them.
Isn't that almost like the same thing with Fallout 76?
Pretty close. Now with Fallout 76, the people behind it also made Elden Ring Online. No,
Okay.
Elder Scrolls. Sorry, Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
So if you know who the main creator for Elder Scrolls Online is, they're the same ones that did Fallout. The only difference between the two of them, when it comes down to it, they had more time to actually produce Elder Scroll versus having to push it out as quickly as possible because Todd wanted to get some extra money.
Yeah, which he got anyways.
Yes, he did. Because all that extra coffers would have went towards the next couple of projects like Starfield and that, which was behind the times anyways, and it was going to be very questionable if it was going to be produced within the time frame that they originally had it.
I mean Star Citizen?
No. Starfield is the next Bethesda big ticket game.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Star Citizen is a never-ending earning producer. You just shoot money into it, and maybe one day you'll get a game
And still pay $80,000 for a ship.
Yeah. It's like, give Penn a few ideas, and that she says, "Oh, I like these ideas. I'll do that," and then you just wait for her to eventually, do something.
Now, do you think since the fact that Microsoft now owns Bethesda and it's kind of a Bethesda thing, do you think it's going to come into fruition?
Yes. So the Starfield will be coming out within either the end of this year or the beginning of the new year, depending on if they're going to get a delay. They're supposed to come out in November. That is the release date, November of this year. So it is questionable. I
Yeah,
do
it's
know that the was it Obsidian has also been given more of a query if they were able to do another Fallout game, which means that you'll probably see another New Vegas type game coming out of Obsidian's playbook. Because
okay.
hey, who do they work for now? Oh, right, Microsoft. Microsoft wants to push out games.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like Obsidian might be working with Bethesda and producing another Fallout-based game while we
Yeah.
wait for Fallout 6 and Elder Scrolls 6 to come out.
I'm looking at Steam, and it's saying 11/11 is when the release date for Starfield.
Yeah, yeah. But again, delays do happen right now. We're still
Oh
early,
yeah.
so we don't know. Hell, there was one game that's been ongoing delayed at this moment. It's not Star Citizen. It is what is the game in question? There was Vampire the Masquerade that was delayed a
Yeah, and
few
they don't,
times. Um,
and with that, it seems like everybody who was on it has left,
yes,
so it may or may not even come into fruition.
correct, correct, and that's where the biggest issue is the factor that you have teams that come and go for whatever reason. It could be the factor that they don't like the director and their decisions because the main director is usually the money man.
Mm-hmm.
The idea dude, and sometimes the idea dude doesn't know exactly what could be, possible.
But that was the same thing with what's the movie with Keanu Reeves? The game with Keanu Reeves. Well, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk. Yeah,
Yeah, if they didn't have to deal with putting Keanu Reeves in, it probably wouldn't have flopped as it did.
correct.
And
Uh,
apparently,
we also have to look at when you look at CD Project Red. They have been they're notorious for having broken games in the beginning, and then over time, with enough patches and fixes, their games are top tier.
was that the same thing with Fallout?
Yeah, exactly. Any Bethesda game is always the same thing. They send out a game that's slightly buggy or broken, and then over time, either the modding community, once they get a hold of it, is able to fix it, or B, Bethesda gets their shit in order after the money has come in, so they can do all those massive patches so that they can have a proper working game.
Yeah.
I'm not taken back if Cyberpunk is broken. In some cases, that's kind of the quirks. I like to make fun of a broken game every now and then. But people who bitch about a broken game fails to realize when they do a comparison of another game, usually that game was pretty buggy or broken to begin with before it got a patch
Oh yeah.
or a few thousand patches.
Or still haven't received any of its patches yet.
Correct. Within the let's put it in a different perspective. Within the let's say since the dawn of the 2000s till now, 20 years give or take, 22. Um, name me a game that worked from day one.
No, there isn't one. I don't know what. Gran Turismo.
Yeah, okay, could be a possible. I don't play that particular game, so I can't really say yes or no on that one. I would have to look it up to see if it actually was broken.
I don't think it ever
But
was.
mm, but yeah.
Not the new one though, but
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, so far, like I said, it is difficult. I am one game I was actually looking forward to, which would have been Stalker 2, but that's been delayed because of, a conflict.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, and this needs to be held because why?
Bobby Kotick.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah. Was it the King Arthur game has been delayed?
Okay.
Was it King's Tale or no? It's Knight's Tale. They also had something called Ghost Runner, which is also another one that kind of got delayed for a bit. Oh yeah, the Dying Light 2 for the Nintendo Switch. I don't think that's ever going to be happening.
Shocker.
Call of Duty, one of many different Call of Duty games, are in delay.
Shocker.
Oh, apparently Life is Strange, the Master Collection. That's for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
It's was slated as delay for a bit.
Oh,
But hey,
really?
it's Life is Strange. I mean, who the hell
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah, and it's Nintendo too.
Yeah.
It's going to be on for a year or so. Then it's going to be
Yeah.
put back on a paywall.
Evil Dead, that was put on a delay for a bit before it was eventually released or soon to be released.
Chuck has given me some great ideas. I never let
We've got Suicide Squad that's been delayed as well. It was supposed to come out this year, but I believe they're going to be slating it out for second quarter of next year.
Okay.
Most of it's supposed to be a was it a up to a 4-player co-op with an open world metropolis kind of thing.
Is it going to be like Marvel's Avenger?
Similar. You get to play the Suicide Squad with King Shark, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and Harley Quinn, going up against the greatest hit pieces from the DC universe, aka Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman. You know, the Super Friends.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is, do you think it's going to be just like the Avengers game?
Unknown. At this point, the Avengers game could have been successful if they had people that look like the Avengers.
And it wasn't.
Oh, you mean Fat Dad, Thor, and everybody else looks like shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, the trying to make the characters look like the voice actor was a bad idea.
No.
No one cares about the voice actors. Look, they could have done those characters in cartoon-esque style with a little hard pencil line around them, cell shading and shit like that, and the game would have been fine.
Yeah.
They could have done a different spin on what the Avengers should have looked like. They could have made it a cinematic kind of look, but again, utilizing the cartoon or the comic book, what we know, what we've all grown up with for the most part. We know what Captain America is what's supposed to look like. We know who Miss Marvel is supposed to look like, and so on and so forth. We don't have any dad bod based superheroes within that collection. And yet,
I think you're wrong.
apparently, I am. I don't know why, but apparently we are. So
You're wrong. Don't ask me why, but I just know you are.
yeah, of course, I'm always wrong. It's a lot easier.
No.
I accept it. It's almost like I reject your reality and submit my own. But that's where the biggest problem was, outside of the shitty storyline that they had.
Yeah.
Out of all the potential Avengers to try to reform the team, instead of taking the B-list Avengers to reform the team, no. We're gonna have Kamala Khan, a nobody Avenger, to reunite this team. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I would have been fine if Carol Danvers was the one that was reuniting the team. I don't even like Carol Danvers as a comic book character.
Yeah. It's pretty shit. So
Yeah, but no, I mean, it's Kamala Khan, the most useless character that there is, and even for her upcoming TV series, her powers have been retconned to a point where she's now no more better than the Green Lantern. So I was like, okay, so why did you do that?
The Green Lantern, the Ryan Reynolds version that was shit.
Pretty close.
Or...
Pretty close. So basically, what they've done is taken away her inhuman abilities because she was supposed to be part of that whole gas bomb that happened that transformed all these humans into like meta-human type characters. So they weren't mutants; they were regular folk, and then they ended up getting this gas bomb that created a mutant gene inside or retro. I guess they put the dormant possible, mutant gene that would exist into fruition and amplified it to 1,000, and some of them had some pretty unique powers because of it. Kamala Khan was one of those, people who just happened to get extra radiated by this inhuman bomb. So, and she ended up having Mr. Fantastic's powers.
Okay.
So she's able to make her arms stretchy and shit like that. So every comic she was in, she had the man hands.
Is she...
and go ahead. Is she what?
Is she like a female version? Is she like the female version of Mr. Amazing?
Yeah, pretty much Mr. Fantastic, aka the clone of Plastic Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically that's it. She's just the female Muslim version of, a Fantastic Four member that just happens to be like Stretch Armstrong.
Well,
now,
speaking of failed Marvel projects, Morbius. I have the numbers.
Well, that's more of a failed Sony project, but go for it.
That's Marvel Sony. It has made worldwide $84 million. $84 million.
All right, 84 mil. Okay.
What it cost?
It's not bad. It's really not great, honestly. It's word of mouth is apparently it's dropped 38% on the Sunday.
Yeah.
That tells you something right there. It's 50% if you go from the for Friday. Not good numbers. Usually you want to see it trending up on the weekend.
Usually you do.
Worldwide, it's not a success, but it's not. It's definitely not. It's almost quite possibly a failure at this point. So
it all depends on the production and marketing budget.
And overseas too.
Here's the thing. I was looking. Here's the thing. Morbius. They had Jared Leto and Matt Smith. And in all honesty, I think they should reverse the roles of the actors.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Wow. Do you want to know how much it was budgeted for?
75 mil.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I already looked it up. It's not. I mean, it could make its money back. There's no doubt in that right there that I'm seeing right now. But honestly, I think Jared Leto is not good in the supervillain or superhero business. He does not have a
he doesn't
good
have
record.
Yeah, no, he's questionable.
I honestly thought Matt Smith would have made a better Morbius, and he would have made a better villain or friend to the villain. I honestly could see Matt Smith playing it better because
we also have to look at it from another perspective. The not just the casting, but also the direction that they were going with. This feels like this should have been a rated R movie.
Yes,
and longer because of the way how some of the narratives that they were going into, and a lot of those narratives were cut short.
Well, because Disney might have had some doing to that because we were getting into rights of other movies and other stuff and other characters, and Disney was saying, well, that's our character. You can't say that this is that universe. And so that kind of fucked this movie, even though that is technically this universe because Sony still owns the... Well, yes, there was a collab. those universes are pretty much the same because
yeah.
because Disney agreed to it.
Yes, they did.
Here's the thing. I think Sony's just like, okay, fine, we won't take you to court because you're gonna have to sell us your shit here soon, anyways, because we're the only ones that can buy it.
Correct.
What do you think about the Halo? The fiasco.
I got 5 minutes into the second episode. I was like, I'm done. I can't.
Okay,
do this
for
anymore.
me, okay, this is something. I've already had this conversation with Nemo at the two shot at the bar that we did regarding this particular situation. Now, for me, I'm not a Halo player, fanatic, know anything about the actual history of Halo. But I do have, some interesting digits that can do a bit of typing and can find out that information if I so wish. With the limited amount of information or time that I was able to get, or utilize, I should say, looking at the story from a person who is a Halo fan, it is a passable story. Problems with the story is that they pretty much wrapped up the story in episode 1.
Yeah.
It feels like we're supposed to be in season 2 of episode 1 with the way how they've done it. They've left it where everybody knows what's happening within the structure of this narrative already. They know who the players are, and this new introduction of a new character, they have a lot of history apparently. And me as a new viewer, I know nothing of this and would have liked to have a little bit of time to learn about this character. For example, Master Chief and a bit of his backstory.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's much about his background that it's like books and comics would be nice to bring out.
Again, they didn't have to do a huge detail of it. They could have taken one episode, dealt with it, kind of a combination of learning the character, doing a bit of flashback. The simple flashback could have been a dream segment of him waking up in a nightmare while he's at boot camp.
Well, here was the thing. I always with this show, I don't know. They said, "Well, we didn't make this for the fans. We made it for everybody else." Well, why aren't you explaining anything to anybody else? Yeah. Because the people who currently will explain it to them say, "No, because we're not going to watch this garbage." According to you, it's not for us, so we're not going to watch this garbage because it is garbage. If you go by that thought, and I see what their thought process was. Like, okay, the people who like this show that play the game will explain it to everybody else. That's what they want. Is what it feels like.
They should have.
But the problem is, none of us are. Everybody's just saying this is hot garbage, and
it is.
Like
I said, they should have done a middle ground, which is what I've just mentioned. They should have just simply gave the explanation of Master Chief and the reason why we'll call it the Chief Project was created, and allude to a Cortana down the road. No. They've jumped past all this. They've had this super soldier project in business for quite some time. We don't know how long, and all of a sudden they're battling against aliens. Okay, who are these fucking aliens and why are they battling them?
And honestly, these super soldiers don't feel like super soldiers.
No, they don't.
They don't feel like it feels like, because the thing about the Spartans were they could basically, here's this one. This Master Chief cannot discern himself from emotion. Right. Like Master Chief, he had emotion. But he was able to, like, in moments and orders, able to discern which is most important.
Uh-huh.
And then he would talk about it later or something in the books. He would kind of just briefly go over it, but that's not my job. My job's being a soldier. He discerned civilians and soldiers as two different things. Almost like two different alien species, but one is.
Well, and he does, and the way that the games portrayed him out as later on, they did a really good job at keeping that characteristic of his, but also showcasing. You can tell by his actions and how he acted that he did care for something, or he felt responsible for something, or he was upset by something. You could tell by his actions without him losing that persona.
He'd always remain cool and collective. This guy is, I don't know what I'm feeling. This is emotion. I'm like, no, that's not the chief.
That's
felt
not
emotion.
Chief.
This one.
Basically, from again an outsider's point of view, all I can see him being is another Jinjara or a Mandalorian. You know, that sect
Oh,
that
no.
is supposed to be emotionless and not really connected to anybody. This is the way.
No, this is not the way though, because he's like
It is not the way.
He'll take his helmet off and took off your helmet. Okay.
Yeah,
The Mandalorian,
that's
at least for the first couple episodes, was
like I said, it had a feeling of that. It wasn't like it just like it was like they watched the Mandalorian and kind of go, well, that's what we want on the screen. We want another copy of that.
Yeah.
And
That's
here
not
it
the
is,
best.
Halo. But again, Halo isn't Mandalorian, and Mandalorian is not Halo.
Halo. No, it's not.
Well,
here's the thing.
well, time out. Here's the difference between Halo and the Mandalorian. So Chief does take his armor off. It is a thing, but he doesn't do it until his missions are done. So at times he can go out for consecutive missions, but when those missions are done, he does come back and he will, it is a thing. That's I don't know who came up with the idea. Oh, he never takes his helmet off. He never takes his armor. No, that's bullshit.
He does take his helmet off at the end of the first Halo. He took his helmet off finally.
Yeah, in the first
And
Halo,
read the book. In the book, he took his whole armor off. To take
in
a
the
shower.
second Halo, he changes armors because they give him a upgraded piece of armor.
Mhm.
Or it's either in that or in Halo 4. It's actually
Halo
Halo
2.
4. And in Halo 4.
2. And Halo 4, they give him upgraded armor.
Yeah.
Technically, Halo 5, they give him another set of upgraded armor, but
Yeah, it is a thing. So whoever came with the idea, you don't know the fucking lore. The only thing is they kept his face hidden because they wanted his identity to be an enigma.
No, but he wouldn't take his helmet off if he thought he was in a situation. Like if he was on mission, like you said, he would take. And the thing is, he takes off his helmet when anybody asks, and he will take off his helmet. Yes, I get that, but he will not like. Oh yeah, I'll take it off now so you can shoot me in the head. Because you're all being hostile as fuck to me.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, that's how he is. He's not.
Also, the Covenant, if I'm if I'm correct, and this is something that I think Nemo pretty much drilled into my cranium. They don't like the look of humans. They believe humanity is some kind of disgusting creature.
That's not it.
We are heretics. We do not believe in the way.
That's
we are
this
the evil.
this so
So hang on. So why the fuck would one of their major rulers, governors, we'll put it to say that way, have a pet human?
they
As
wouldn't.
a-
They wouldn't. That was never a
No.
thing.
No,
Now,
really
they would use the humans to activate them, but they wouldn't work with them.
See, that's where, and again, that's where I kind of looked at it, kind of going, well, this story makes no fucking sense because, again, it doesn't explain reason of why there's a pet human within the Armada ship itself.
All right, so I'm not watched this show because I know it's hot garbage. But could somebody does the show explain the meeting of the Covenant with the human race, or is this like down the road?
Nobody had followed Halo.
Well, I'm asking what it started at in the show.
It started out as hot.
Okay, so basically, it starts off. You're in the middle of a camp, a rebel-based camp.
How long ago after Harvest is this? After the invasion of Harvest?
We don't know.
Unknown.
We don't know if it's before or after. We honestly do not know anything.
Because I can tell you right there, it's
supposedly an alternate universe too.
Alternate universe, fine, okay, whatever. Alternate universe, I can go with that.
Alternate universe or not, it just there's not a lot of details. I'm sorry for me as a person who likes. I'm questioning a lot of things. Go ahead.
Here's the way the Covenant worked, and you gotta go by the prophets. So the prophets regarded the Forerunners,
human race.
Well, time out. The Covenant regarded the Forerunners as the true deities. The Forerunners are the ones that created the Halo rings, and the Covenant society has gathered a lot of that Forerunner technology and made it into their own. And their goal is to reach their ultimate objective, going to these Halo rings and basically becoming run with their god. They don't know what the Halo rings are. They don't know what they are used for. So, and that's the whole premise of the story. Now, humanity at this point in time has gone out into stars and colonized planets. The thing is humans had a deep connection with the Forerunners before the Halo rings were fired off. Oh, and this was showcased in history. The Covenant looked at that and go, no, this is travesty. It's basically saying that, you know, Muhammad was kind to women. That's the way the Covenant took it.
Yeah.
And humans were inferior. So it was a blasphemy that humans had any relation to their gods and to their creators. So they made it their personal mission to wipe them off the face of the galaxy. Whenever they came across the encampment with humans on a planet that had Forerunner technology, they considered that heresy, and what they did is they glassed the planet. The first planet they came across with that was Harvest. After that, it went from there, and they went from colony to colony to colony, wiped out the human colonies, and basically became a war of genocide. Covenant was there to wipe out humanity. They did not want pets. They did not want questions. They did not want any kind of help. They did not want any kind of allegiance. They wanted you to die a horrible, suffering death. That's the story behind the whole deal.
Pretty much. All right, I got it going. I gotta go to groceries. I'll see you guys.
Go get groceries for that. You do so. Okay, so they decided to switch all of that concept up for the television show. So
Wow.
they're trying to make Master Chief a little bit more poignant. Like there's a purpose for him in the show outside of him being, you know, the super soldier that he is. As well as they changed the.
Did they even explain why Master Chief was a thing? Did they explain the Spartan 2s? Did they explain this? Was it he's built to fight the Covenant? Did they go that route?
No.
They didn't. All they did say was that the Spartan project or the Super Soldier project was designed to counter the rebels that were going up against the government. That was it.
Yeah.
Well, at least they got one thing right, and that is true. And it wasn't. It was a insurgency. Basically, what it was. The colonized planets wanted to govern themselves. The colonized planets wanted to kind of separate from the UNSC.
Yeah, no, I get that part.
Yeah, so there was a lot of guerrilla warfare, and they became very tactical. And the UNSC came to a point of they were losing. So they developed the Super Soldier program, or the Spartan 2 program, I believe is what it was, to combat and counter this. Basically, soldiers that could get in, get out, and do the job.
Okay.
They ended up utilizing them against the Covenant. As that was like the second or third mission after that was going against the Covenant.
It gets better because by the time you're introduced to the Covenant, they're doing a independent excavation for some artifact.
Right.
We don't know what the artifact is.
Probably a lot.
They are found out. The Covenant is found out by a small group of young druggies who are trying to get their high on. And the daughter of the chief of the rebels, she's with that little group, and she spots shit happening in the background there. And she's like, "Oh, what's going on?" As the other three are getting their highs on, she finds out some new aliens in that. And after that whole happens, shit goes weird. She somehow miraculously survives all of the catastrophe for the entire rebel area outside of the Master Chief and his crew, who eventually show up. So it is kind of weird the way how they got into that aspect of it. It wasn't the factor that the Covenant was trying to glass anybody. It's just like they were trying to prevent anybody from touching the Forerunner or whatever the artifact.
So here's, and I can call BS on that whole deal. Because, in fact, whenever they're excavating something, they will glass the surrounding area. And they also have digging cannons, digging lasers on their ships. So what they'll do is they'll hover above an artifact with 4 or 5 of their ships, basically blasting into the fucking ground, excavating whatever there is that they're getting to. Basically, everything will be dead within a 25-mile area before they even start excavating.
Okay.
That is canon. That is what they did on Harvest. That is what they did on Reach. That is what they did in Africa.
Anywho, so now we get into the introductions of this new girl, Asian kid. I can't remember what her fucking name is. Don't really care. And Master Chief's, interaction with each other, because you're going back and forth between the main government and the science groups that control what happens with Chief and that kind of thing. So Ops and Chief are having their discussion. And the Asian chick and Chief are having their discussion. And Ops has decided that she is expendable. So kill her off kind of thing. There's also an alluding to Cortana being produced. But she's really not within, in effect, any of the actual Spartan project. She's just waiting to happen. Because the Spartan project has been around for God knows how long. Then Chief decides to go against the Order, as well as the lead scientist of Ops. She's decided to go against the order of her government.
No!
Stop! No. Fuck that. Nope. That's bullshit. That's not how... So, Cortana and Chief weren't fan at this point.
No.
Okay, so Cortana was a secret program made by Halsey. No one knew about it. The event of Halo Reach explains that backstory. You, as Noble Team 6, go in to retrieve this artifact that Halsey has, which is Cortana, made from Forerunner technology. No one knows about it. Not even Chief knows about Cortana. No one knows about it. It is top secret. Only one who knows about this is Dr. Halsey. From there, you deliver that package to the Pillar of Autumn. After that, the Pillar of Autumn escapes Reach, and that's the end of the game. From there, the Pillar of Autumn crash lands on the Halo, and then the events of Halo 1 take place. And that is where Chief meets Cortana.
Ugh.
They completely fucked over the story.
Yeah, because basically the lead scientist, she's in the process of making Cortana, so she's got a clone of herself, waiting to have whatever brainwaves put into that clone in order to make this cybernetic happen. The president or the Grand Poobah of Earth, she knows about this thing, and she's like, yeah, you were supposed to destroy this.
No one knew, but this was Halsey's own creation. Nobody knew about this.
Anywho, so it continues before we get to the end of it. Because of the deception that's happening, and the kill command is not being fully going forward on it, they decide the operations department decides to get their army to eliminate Chief because he's going against protocol. The doctor in question, she ends up getting her other Spartans to kind of defend Chief, to bring him in to find out exactly what's going on, because after you touch the artifact, we're going to call it the artifact in this case because they really don't allude to what it's supposed to be called. Things have happened, and they've been able to find out that he's been able to get memories back. And they want to know more about the why this thing kind of does what it does, and so
Memories.
Yes, memories.
What memories? Chief gets memories back.
Memories of him being a young boy being stolen, or
He never. Time out. He never. They all had their memories of this. They all knew this. It wasn't something that was suppressed. It was something that was never... They knew this. They took them at a young age and conscripted them forcibly
Yeah, no,
And they
I figured that out again by googling, searching, and that portion I knew.
Holy fuck! This is why you don't give somebody the reins to make a fucking video game adaptation without playing the fucking video game. What
Actually,
the fuck? This is worse than fucking Cowboy Bebop.
I know. Hold up. You don't need to play the video game in order to know about the video game. There's something called information that's out there. All you have to do is do your due diligence, like Rogue did. Use your fat fingers, put it on a keyboard, type in what you want to find out more, and guess what? There's a shit ton of information that's available to you. Also, there's a comic book that exists. Oh, also, there's something.
There's origin stories.
And there's also paperback and a hardback. Ooh, they also
The creators made a chronological fucking timeline from back when the Forerunners was around.
Okay, so you again, there's information out there. All you have to do is take your time and find out the information, and maybe restructure a few things that you would like to see within. I mean,
I knew it was bad. I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. Jesus Christ!
Well,
it's Super Mario Brothers.
Okay,
Super Mario Brothers is better.
Okay, now let me finish the actual. Okay, because the first episode, I'm almost done. We're almost done with the first episode. So now, Chief is in kind of problems, higher straight, because they used some form of EMP to knock down his shuttle with the girl on it. Those two somehow survived. They're surrounded by an entire army, plus the 3 Spartans that are there to, mop up in case they try to kill Chief. The girl, she's expendable, but Chief, he needs to be alive, and plus they need the artifact. Chief decides to touch that artifact, and then the artifact produces over time its own EMP, re-energizing the shuttle itself, and then they fly off into the distance. And that's the end of the first episode.
Ooh. Yeah.
The sad part about this is they had 343 Industries to help them along if they had any questions.
Yeah, well, apparently they're going in their own direction according to some of the actual write-ups in that. Paramount Plus, Halo Television has made some major changes on who can use the founders or foundation technology so that they can make Master Chief even more important than what he is. So they've changed a lot of the lore. They've changed a lot of the structure going forward. So it is questionable on what's going to be happening with this version of Halo. Oh, also, all of this stuff that's happening with Halo Television will be going into the Halo Infinite games that they'll be producing.
What?
Yeah. So it kind of reminds me of another game that had a TV series that failed very quickly.
Alliance, wasn't there, or something? Or
Yeah.
something like that. I can't remember. It was a sci-fi show, and I can't remember what it was called, but Defiance. It was
Defiance.
Defiance.
Yeah, Defiance. It failed miserably because it was required you to watch the television show in order for you to understand what the game was about.
Yep. It was a shit game. It was a shit show and a shit game, honestly.
Yep. So, and Infinite is supposed to have the same kind of interweaving connection. So, for those who like to play Halo and Halo Infinite, don't be surprised if they decide to make some massive changes to your lore or whatever, or bring in certain things that didn't exist.
The funny thing is that Angry Joe did a review on the second episode, and CBS manually struck it down.
Yeah, because of the factor Paramount does not want you to have anything negative about the show. It all has to be positive.
It sucks.
I know it does.
Oh yeah, it's a shit show.
I didn't have to see the second episode. I kind of went noped out on the first.
I didn't even have to watch it.
I know. It was a power struggle to watch, and I was trying to figure out what's the important of all these characters, and then I concluded kind of going, I'm not interested in any of the characters. I don't care about the human that's on the alien ship. I really don't care about Master Chief finding himself, and I don't really care about the Asian chick that's there to help Master Chief find himself. So
Well, apparently on Paramount Plus, this is the most successful show they've ever had. I was like, that's not saying much.
with the amount of shows that they have in comparative, yeah, I can see why it's the most successful.
No, on Paramount Plus.
No, again, I can
I mean,
see why
yes.
that is the
Oh,
most
okay.
comparative to all the other shows that they have on their programming.
Picard and fucking yeah. It's a piece of shit. It's slightly less of a piece of shit than Picard and the other Star Trek shit. I don't give a shit. That's not really Star Trek. Yeah, it's just slightly less of a piece of shit than those two.
All right.
What'd you think about Stacey Abrams becoming the president of Earth on Star Trek?
Discovery?
Picard.
I thought it was Discovery.
Discovery.
Yeah. She wants to be if they want to make her the president of Earth, I'm all for it. Earth seems to be very
Flammable.
Well, no, very enriched in order to get very portly people to have them to be president. I can see why they need to have Discovery, who are nice thin individuals, to support them.
Yeah.
Does it not kind of remind you of the Emperor from Dune, or the fat fuck that they had in Dune? The Harkonnen. What's his fucking name?
I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah. I'll remember it later.
yeah,
Piggy.
Who's Piggy?
He's huge and rotund, and I was expecting her to come out of a giant vat of mud.
That's no, yeah. I can't say anything else, or I'm going to get struck down for racism. But because honestly, I just like to call her Miss Piggy.
Still, I just the moment I saw
the only way she's.
Well,
the only way she would ever get elected is in a TV show, apparently, because she can't do it in Georgia either.
Well, the moment I saw the outfit, I thought, I was thinking to myself, going, how much rolls of fabric did they have to use in order to make that outfit?
I'm just wondering how much duct tape was used to hold the fat rolls in to keep it from busting, because you know that's smaller than what she is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Breathe it, suck it in. Suck it in.
Actually, no, in this case, in order for you to get a proper thing, do not suck it in, just let it all out. So that we can get an actual measurement, see if we can actually work with this.
And when it starts ripping, they're gonna go, there she blows!
Pretty much. Seamstress is going, oh no!
I'm surprised
Oh, no.
the decks. I'm surprised the ship's hull could handle the stress if it was taking a step.
Well, the only thing I can say, it was all green screen, so there was a lot of concrete underneath her, so it's fine.
Oh, have we been copyright struck yet?
No, not yet. I don't think we're going to get that to that level as of yet.
Until they play "Jump" by Van Halen.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! I hope they don't, because my God, that sound studio would not be able to support it.
Actually, don't you want it? Because in that way, California would be able to probably disconnect from the United States.
True, it is a huge possibility that could actually happen. But no, I mean, look at what they already have for their entire roster of shows that is theirs and theirs alone. Not really good.
Can you imagine how pissed off everybody would be if they did a 40K adaptation?
I would like to see them try. That's something I follow to a degree. There's certain characters or certain factions I actually do enjoy outside of KG's, wet dream of his particular, likes. I don't know.
I think KG would absolutely fucking lose his shit.
Oh, he would lose his shit. No. There's no doubt about that. It depends on how far of a reach they're going to go with it. That is the question.
As far as they can reach around.
Well, isn't like the 40K universe almost like what they're trying to get in the United States, anyways? One ruler, rich rule over the wealthy rule over everybody else.
I thought we were trying to go for the Starship Trooper thing right now at this point. That seems what they're pushing for.
It's more getting towards Star Trek Trooper than it is the 40K universe. 40K universe is a really unique universe. based off of science evolving to a point of cloning individuals, and there is no religion outside of the religion of man.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, the religion of man is all about one particular person who's pretty much destroyed all of the other religions in together in order to get everybody to be properly conscripted. He not only cloned himself multiple different times, but also was able to wipe out different colonies in that and have them conscripted into the Great War that was. So there's a lot to the 40K universe, and it's all about fighting for the most part. It's the best way I can do it on the simplified version, very simplified version of it.
I thought it was fighting to become stronger through basically Darwinism, essentially. It's
Yeah,
only the strong survive.
oh yeah, there is that. There is that. But most of the ones who have the greatest hope of surviving is usually those who are born, who are a clone of the emperor, the god emperor himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was supposed to be there's no hope for humanity. And even at their greatest brink, they end up rising up above the most catastrophe that is, which is another monsters from different areas, different worlds, and all that kind of stuff. But like I
Different
said,
universes.
well,
Yeah.
again, trying to keep it as simplified as possible because my God, if I had to explain it from beginning to end, we'd be here for a while.
Oh, we'd be here until eternity.
It's got a lot of lore that goes with. So unlike something like Halo, which is pretty simple lore, this is as has a degree of confliction and conflicts as you would with a Lord of the Rings. So it's the same thing that's happening with the Power of the Rings or the Power of the Two Rings or whatever it's called. That TV show that thing that's supposed to be happening on Amazon soon. They are retelling a lot of things for the most part, and only focusing on what they have available to in order to make this show a thing. And they don't have a
Well,
lot that they can do.
actually, there might be here soon because the token rights have pretty much gone up for sale.
You know?
So, I mean, yeah, that's going to be freaking fun because they'll be able to do whatever the fuck they want then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if they can get
So,
it.
they're even talking about rewriting. There's already talk about rewriting the books.
Oh yeah, no. That's inevitable. The moment that you give up that, and again, unfortunately for Tolkien, that was going to happen eventually over time. His only safeguard was the people that were interested in his
Family.
lore.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of questionable on the family because certain family members didn't care, like the Disney family didn't care about the longevity of the Disney empire.
Yeah.
So,
Right, I'll be back.
of course you will. So it is an inevitability unless you have people that really care about the Disney empire that is, or the lore of existence for Middle Earth, or even the Star Wars universe. You're always going to have somebody who's going to try to rewrite it, rework it so it fits their directions, their motives, their narratives, and to be able to make money out of it. It's all about money for the most part.
What franchise do you think they could make it to a TV series to fuck up and get the worst
All of them.
from it? Oh, okay.
All of them. At this point, all of them. I don't think any franchise is off the table of fucking up. Hell, there was quite a few franchises that have been fucked up. The Golden Compass is a good franchise that got fucked up pretty quick. Let's see here. What else? There was another one that was on Amazon that also from book to actually screen, and the screen didn't do very. Oh, another good one would be Twilight. Like it or not, the book is far better than the actual movies, and the movies are shit. So
It's not always true that the books are always better than the movies.
It is true, but there are some movies that live up to the book or as close to the book as possible.
What do you think about the new Harry Potter movie that's coming out?
I'm not a fan of Harry Potter per se, so I really can't say yay or nay. If there's a new one coming out, okay. But I thought the original cast were done with the whole Harry Potter thing.
Well, it's a double.
This is Magical Beast.
Oh,
This is Magical Beast. And
I really don't care. Again, don't watch anything Harry Potter. So if they're doing, in this case, I believe it's considered a prequel. Great, let them do prequels all they want. It comes back down to what they're trying to push. In this case, I can see them trying to get as much money with new characters or potentially new characters that are supposed to be older characters in the future and have no continuity to them. Again, it comes back down to that rule of different by at least 25%, and you got some money behind you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Case in point, Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica.
Well, Star Trek's it's like every other year it's a good movie.
Well, that was the theory. The theory kind of breaks further down the road with the generation movies and that becomes a little different. But if you're talking about the original series, then yes, the problem going forward is you have to include anything else that is part of that franchise now, which includes the Abrams universe. So the bad reboot. So
I thought the J.J. Abrams one was the one that was a Jack Snyder one that he remade.
no, it wasn't. So the lore of it is that Abrams was enlisted to do Star Trek, even though.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Justice League.
Yeah, no, that you're thinking of oh, what's his face? The guy that no, I was gonna say Will Wheaton. Josh Wheaton. Is the reason of the Schneiderverse being destroyed. Because Josh Wheaton is more a colorful, action-packed individual with a bit of, I'm not going to say nuance to his narratives, but he tries to tell a story as best he can, usually with a female focus. Whereas Snyder is more of a artsy type individual that has a stitched narrative for multiple different shows and that he'll do. For example, if he's got a trilogy, he'll have found a way to stitch them all together so that it's like one coherent movie that you have to watch from beginning to end.
Okay.
Whereas Wheaton, like I said, he's really focused on a character. He's normally female focused. Henceforth, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a female focused show. If you look at the other one that he did, Serenity, the one with the ship Serenity, it wasn't about the crew. It was meant about the passenger that they end up getting, who happened to be a woman who was OP the moment she decided to go OP. She was a killing machine, and everything around her was goofballs doing stupid things, and she was the only one that was actually was able to kill everything. So again, another female-focused warrior kind of show. He's really focused on females and warriors for some reason. I'm surprised he didn't do Xena, the warrior princess.
That goes against everything in Hollywood.
Yeah, I know. Current, but
it would be a good movie for him.
Oh yeah, would have been great.
Did he do Wonder Girl? Oh, not Wonder Girl.
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
No, Josh did not do Wonder Woman. He's that would have been somebody else who did Wonder Woman.
Okay.
What was her name?
Gal Gadot.
No, not the actress, but
Oh.
the director who did Wonder Woman. I can't remember. I know it's a female too.
Is that the one she tried to get from not doing it again?
I think so. Who was the not the actress, the director? Patty Jenkins. Yes, the Jenkins project. Yeah, she's also supposed to be with the Lucas to do a Rogue Squadron television or Disney Plus show. That's been on delay for a bit. But yeah, Patty Jenkins is the one that did Wonder Woman and the sequel, as well as Monster, and there's a couple others that she has.
Okay.
Giggity. Apparently, Wonder Woman 3 is on the books.
Oh God. I think everybody's just not getting sick of the whole Marvel Universe stuff.
Most people are getting sick of the superhero narratives. It's a slow turnover. It's kind of it's the same thing that happened with the zombie franchise.
Yeah.
Or
film noir or western or it's just dying.
They overexpose it to a point where people want to see something different, so they latch onto something, kind of go, well, this is different. The reason why I watch it is because it's not these.
Yeah.
And then when everybody else turns to do exactly those, and then the flow of change slowly goes. So you've got the extremists who go away from it, then eventually the normies will slowly trickle away from it to the hardcores who are gonna to latch on to it, kind of going, we're the last bastion of hope to keep this beautiful piece of art alive, and even they kind of go away because somebody fucks it up along the way, and they kind of go, well, okay, we're done.
Now, do you think they're going to be able to do another Deadpool?
There is talks of it. The question is, will they be able to do a R-rated Deadpool? That is the big question.
Well, didn't they do a PG-13 one?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say it fared well.
They wanted the original.
Yeah.
Foul mouth, fourth dimension, fourth wall.
Break-in, yeah. It fared decently, but in comparative to the numbers for
regular Deadpool,
apples and grapefruits in this case.
Right.
What did you think? What did you think about Bruce Willis retiring?
About time. He has been showing signs of some form of brain issue. Question was what type, because he was losing a lot of his memory was kind of all over the place. Even some of his conversations that he would do for the regular run through for movies and that to set them up to do the premieres and all that kind of stuff. Some of his narratives were a little weird, and they would work themselves into some form of argument.
He has had. Here's the thing: he's had multiple brain injuries.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. This is the part today where I'm gonna say wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay. You do so. You know how to do that. You've done it before. Well, put us on mute.
Well, I know. Well, I'm trying to be a little bit more, graceful.
You're trying to. Oh, okay.
He's trying to. He's censoring us.
Apparently, so.
He's been going 10 hours a day, every day, and he only wants to do 1 hour here.
I know. The only thing I can actually say, thank you for allowing me to be here to talk to it to as much as I can. Sorry I couldn't include you into this conversation that Ben wanted to have with me.
No. It's all good. No, I've got people railing me to do other things like recordings and stuff like that. And get that.
Ben and us, we can have fun behind the scenes.
All right. I just didn't want to shut it off in the middle of you guys talking. That's why I said get to a good stopping point. Like stop this live, and then you can continue on.
You've done it before. Why not?
But hang on. Best thing to do is what you should do is put us on mute and kind of go. If you want to hear more of this conversation, please come over to my Discord and talk to these people. If you want to listen to them.
Well, I don't have to say it. You said it.
Hey Sparky, how long's the wait going to be until you're going to start playing Pokemon again?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to do it every Monday and Thursdays because those are the 2 open days I've got. I'm
devoted.
not going to do it Friday because after thinking about it, I really don't want to stream over on my channel when Rogue's trying to do his stream. So I'm not gonna
Honestly,
do that no more.
Actually, to be honest, it wasn't too bad. I actually say it was, it's slightly interesting.
Invite Rogue on.
Actually, we were kind of doing a cross stream event, so it
Yeah.
was fine.
We were. That's the thing. Is I was streaming on my channel and he was streaming.
We were doing a cross event, and because he because the way how he had it set up, we were able to see what he was doing, so I didn't have to, pull in any information over to it like Penn tried to do, because it was already there, and all I had to do was kind of lead people in that direction if they really wanted to. So it was fine.
Okay.
Actually, I thought it was good.
Yeah. If Rick doesn't have an issue with it, I might stream Friday, but I'm trying to keep it dialed down because Saturday I got to thinking about it, and I ended up having some issues editing. I tried to go back and edit 2 videos. I edited it because I completely fucked up something, and I got to thinking about it. It's like I'm starting to get way too wrapped up in this game, and I probably need to draw back just a little and limit it down to specific days so I don't let it take over and wash everything I'm trying to do away. Well, I can actually get stuff done like for SDC Watch Club, and stuff at the house. So I'm gonna limit it down to about maybe around 4 hours a day, Mondays and Thursdays from whenever I get off work. Seems to be around 9 when I can start streaming to about midnight or 1 a.m. So that's what I'm gonna try to limit it down to.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that was one of my issues in starting that game, because I knew it's like if it got me hooked, it'd be one of those games I'd sit down and play it and fuck everything else off. And I'm trying really hard not to do that.
Unfortunately, for games like Pokemon, it will get you hooked because of the narrative or the act of catching things. It goes into the collection.
Yeah,
mindset.
the story of it, it's real interesting. Never seen a story, Pokemon story like that, so I'm interested in seeing where that story goes. I like what they're doing to Pokemon, the Pokedex. I like the fact that you are the one having to research the stuff that goes into the Pokedex. I find that fascinating. I find you're a stranger in this world, no one trusts you, you must gain their trust aspect. I like that too. I do like the open world concept. I like the catch mechanics. It's everything about this game I like. My one criticism about it can get a little monotonous. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's
Normal for a lot of Pokemon
anyways.
games.
Yeah.
Oh no! So no more Pokemon is okay. You gotta complete the Pokedex. All thing you gotta do is catch the Pokemon. You don't have to catch 20 of one type of Pokemon. You don't have to defeat 20 of a certain type of Pokemon. Phil, you don't have to defeat this Pokemon with this specific move 10 times. You don't have to watch this Pokemon use this move 50 different times. That's what I mean by monotonous. You don't have to do that in the regular games.
If you look at it, the HMs, the special or hidden moves and that, and try to figure out exactly which Pokemon was able to use, that would have been part of the monotonous back in its time frame. As well as there are certain areas that you don't need to have a hidden move for.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's not even hidden moves here. Now you got noble Pokemon.
Yeah. Correct. So it is supposed to be a prequel kind of style game, but with
prequel, different time, different world. Well, you're dealing in this world. You're dealing with Pokemon of space and time, and they have basically stated with these 2 Pokemon, there could be different times and there could be different realities. And I think we're dealing with a different time and reality on itself.
Just remember, there's
it's
only
not
one
canonical.
There's only one Pokemon that you have to worry about, and he's the godlike Pokemon, and he's the reason why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Alright, so with that, everyone, thank you for watching. Do all the things, hit all the buttons. Go check out STC Watch Club. Go check out GNF Network. Jim and Ben don't do anything.
Harass us at our Discords if you want to get more of an in-depth conversation with us.
Yeah, it looks like that I finally got Nightbot to walk fucking properly now, so that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, no, wiping out all the commands and just re-put them in there kind of did the trick. So
That's usually what I have to do.
okay, so with that, thank you, and yeah,
Good night.
so yeah.
Good night, America.
Yep.